Okay, it's story time. Leo Tolstoy wrote this wonderful short story about a poor old cobbler named Martin Edovich. One late evening during his nightly prayers, Martin hears a voice. "Martin, Martin, look out into the street tomorrow, for I shall come." The next day he excitedly sits down to his work in the basement window where he keeps an eye out for the shoes that pass by on the street, and for the one who said he would come. His heart leaps and then sinks as he recognizes the worn shoes of Stepanich. The old and infirm man clears away the snow. Stepanich is leaning on his spade because he doesn't have enough energy to clear the snow. Martin invites him in for tea and to warm himself. They share tea, and Martin shares his story and some of the good things Jesus said. Martin gets back to work and recognizes many sets of shoes and boots as they pass by. Then a stranger's peasant-made shoes stop outside his window. He peers up to see a young mother and her baby shivering in rags. He invites them in to warm themselves. When he finds that neither has had anything to eat, he shares his meager lunch with them. And he finds an old cloak to help against the cold. Later in the afternoon, he looks up to see a scuffle on the street. He runs up to find an old apple woman who has caught a young boy by the scruff of his neck. The boy has tried to steal an apple from the woman's basket. Martin encourages the woman to forgive the boy and encourages the boy to help the woman rather than steal from her. He watches as they leave together, the boy carrying the basket for the woman. As Martin closes up shop, he's discouraged. His mind must have been playing tricks on him to think that Jesus would actually come to visit him. And here's where I'm quoting Tolstoy. A voice whispered in his ear, "Martin, Martin, don't you know me?" "Who is it?" muttered Martin. "It is I," said the voice, and out of the dark corner stepped Stepanich, who smiled, and vanishing like a cloud was seen no more. "It is I," said the voice again, and out of the darkness stepped the woman with the baby in her arms, and the woman smiled, and the baby laughed, and they too vanished. "It is I," said the voice once more, and the old woman and the boy with the apple stepped out, and both smiled, and then they too vanished. And Martin's soul grew glad. He crossed himself, put on his spectacles, and began reading the gospel just where it had opened. And at the top of the page he read, "I was a hungered, and you gave me meat. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and ye took me in." And at the bottom of the page he read,